Welcome back to the Celebrity Died News channel. Over the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals has touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
Paolo Taviani, the renowned Italian filmmaker and one half of the acclaimed directorial duo with his brother Vittorio, has passed away at the age of 92. According to reports, Taviani died in a clinic in Rome after a brief illness, surrounded by his wife and 2 children. His death marks the end of an era for Italian cinema, with many paying tribute to his enduring legacy. Paolo Taviani's passing has left a significant void in the world of filmmaking. The Italian cinema community, including prominent figures such as Gualtieri, expressed deep sorrow, acknowledging the profound impact Taviani had on cinema. Gualtieri noted in a tribute, "With Paolo Taviani, a great master of Italian cinema leaves us." Together with his brother Vittorio, he created unforgettable and profound films, which became a part of the collective imagination and a significant chapter in the history of cinema. My heartfelt condolences to his family. His contributions to Italian and world cinema are immeasurable, and his death marks the loss of one of the giants of the industry. Born in 1931 in the picturesque region of Tuscany, Paolo Taviani, alongside his brother Vittorio, forged a partnership that spanned over 5 decades. Together, the Taviani brothers crafted some of the most revered films in Italian cinema, many of which resonated deeply with audiences due to their emotional depth, social commentary, and artistic mastery. Vittorio, who passed away in 2018, had been Paolo's collaborator for over 50 years, and their shared vision produced some of the most memorable and influential works in film history. One of the duo's most celebrated achievements was Padre Padrone, Father and Master, a 1977 film that won the prestigious Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. Adapted from Gavino Letta's autobiographical novel, the film tells the story of a young shepherd's journey to break free from the oppressive control of his father. The film's raw, emotional storytelling and exploration of the themes of freedom, oppression, and the complexities of family dynamics made it a landmark in Italian cinema. Following Padre Padrone, the Taviani brothers continued their success at Cannes with La Notte di San Lorenzo, The Night of the Shooting Stars, which won the jury prize at the festival in 1982. The film centered on the trials of Italian villagers during the final days of World War II, was a poignant exploration of war, survival, and memory. It was also an entry for the Academy Awards, cementing the brothers' reputation as directors of international acclaim. Throughout their careers, Paolo and Vittorio Taviani maintained a unique voice in cinema, characterized by a commitment to social and political themes, as well as a deep connection to their Italian roots. Their films often explored the human condition, reflecting the struggles of individuals and communities in times of upheaval. Some of their other notable works included Good Morning Babylon, 1987, a film about the making of Hollywood's first silent films. The Sun Also Shines at Night, 1990, a story about the interaction between the modern world and ancient traditions, and Caesar Must Die, 2012, which won the Golden Bear at the Berlin International Film Festival. Caesar Must Die focused on a prison production of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, drawing connections between art, freedom, and imprisonment. Although Paolo Taviani's partnership with his brother Vittorio was the cornerstone of his filmmaking career, Paolo continued to direct even after Vittorio's death. In 2022, he directed Leonora Addio, a deeply personal project that marked his first film without his brother. The film, which explores themes of loss and legacy, was featured in the competition at the Berlin International Film Festival, further solidifying Taviani's place as a master filmmaker, even in his later years. In addition to his directing achievements, both Paolo and Vittorio Taviani were also prolific screenwriters. They penned nearly as many scripts as they directed films, showcasing their versatility and creative energy throughout their careers. Taviani's influence extended beyond the world of cinema. tributes have been pouring in from all corners of the film industry. Former Cannes Film Festival president Yil Jacob called Paolo Taviani one half of an enchanting duo, highlighting the enduring impact of the Taviani brothers on the global film landscape. The Venice Biennale, one of the most prestigious cultural institutions in Italy, paid tribute to Taviani as a master of Italian cinema and an emblematic figure of civil commitment cinema, underscoring his role in using film as a tool for social change and reflection. Paolo Taviani's work has left an indelible mark on cinema, and his legacy will continue to inspire future generations of filmmakers. His commitment to telling stories with emotional depth, his exploration of Italian history, and his advocacy for social justice and human rights. Robin Bernard, known for her role as Terry Brock on the popular soap opera General Hospital, has passed away at the age of 64. According to law enforcement officials, Bernard was found deceased on March 12th in San Jacinto, California. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department reported that her body was discovered in an open field behind a business, although the cause of death was not immediately released. Investigations were underway, but authorities stated that foul play was not suspected in the incident. Born on May 26, 1959, in Gladewater, Texas, Bernard's passion for performing began at a young age. Alongside her younger sister, Crystal Bernard, who would go on to become a longtime star of Wings, Robin sang gospel songs, showcasing her musical talents early in life. Her path to the screen began with a role in the 1981 film Diva, and she quickly found work in television, making guest appearances on a variety of shows. These included The Facts of Life, Simon & Simon, and Whiz Kids, where she began to build a name for herself in the entertainment industry. However, it was her role on General Hospital that would become her most iconic and lasting contribution to television. Bernard joined the soap opera in September 1984, playing Terry Brock, later known as Terry O'Connor, a singer with a troubled personal life. Her character, the daughter of the ill-fated D.L. Brock, played by David Groh, struggled with alcoholism, a storyline that provided a dramatic and emotional arc on the show. Over the course of her 140-plus appearances, Terry's personal demons affected her music career and relationships, adding depth and complexity to her character. Bernard's portrayal earned her recognition and contributed to the long-running success of the ABC daytime drama. After leaving General Hospital in March 1990, when her character secured a recording contract and left the fictional town of Port Charles, Bernard's career slowed considerably. Though she appeared in a variety of roles, including a part in the critically acclaimed French film Betty Blue, 1986, which was nominated for the Best Foreign Language Film Oscar and a BAFTA Film Award, Bernard's time in the spotlight was more limited following her soap opera fame. In the early 90s, Bernard made appearances on the French mystery series Maigret in 1992, and later in 1997, she appeared in the French film Kings for a Day. Afterward, her acting career became even more sporadic, with her final screen credit being a role as a psychologist in the 2002 film Voices from the High School. Despite the relatively low volume of her acting work after General Hospital, Bernard remained an important figure in the hearts of fans of the show. Her portrayal of Terry Brock resonated with many viewers, and her role as a complex and relatable character dealing with issues such as addiction and personal growth left a lasting impact. Her family and fans will remember Robin Bernard for her acting talents, her dedication to her craft, and the memorable role she created as Terry on General Hospital. While her career may not have been as extensive after her time on the soap opera, Bernard's contribution to television and film was meaningful, and she remains a cherished part of General Hospital history. At the time of her passing, Bernard was survived by her sister Crystal, who is best known for her role in the popular sitcom Wings. Though Robin Bernard's professional life was relatively private after leaving General Hospital, her influence on the soap opera world and her fans remain significant. Her death marks the loss of a talented actress who brought depth and authenticity to her roles and helped shape the memorable characters that continue to be celebrated today. Dan Wakefield, the acclaimed writer and journalist, passed away yesterday at the age of 91 at a hospice facility in Miami. He had been in declining health in recent months. His death was confirmed by his attorney, Ken Bennett, who share the news with the Indianapolis Star. Wakefield, who was born and raised in Indianapolis, is remembered for his groundbreaking work in both television and literature. One of his most significant contributions to television was as the creator and writer of the controversial late 1970s drama, James at 15. The series made waves for its candid portrayal of teenage life, especially an episode that depicted the protagonist, James, losing his virginity. The episode, which aired on February 9, 1978, became a hot topic at the time, but it also led to Wakefield's resignation from the series. He stepped down after NBC executives pressured him to dilute the portrayal, especially a direct reference to birth control, and insisted that James should experience regret after the encounter. This incident marked one of the early instances of network interference in creative decisions, and James at 15 was canceled shortly after Wakefield's departure. The series would later be retitled James at 16. Wakefield's career, however, extended far beyond television. He was a prolific author, known for his novels, essays, and nonfiction works. His literary works include Island in the City, The World of Spanish Harlem, 1959, All Her Children, The Making of a Soap Opera, 1975, and How Do We Know When It's God, 1999, among others. He also penned Home Free, 1977, and Selling Out, 1985. Additionally, Wakefield wrote the screenplay for the 1997 film Going All the Way, starring Ben Affleck and Jeremy Davies, based on his 1970 novel. Another of his novels, Starting Over, was adapted into a 1979 film starring Burt Reynolds, Jill Clayburgh, and Candice Bergen, written by James L. Brooks and directed by Alan J. Pakula. Born on May 21, 1932 in Indianapolis, Wakefield began his career as a newspaper reporter before moving to New York, where he graduated from Columbia College in 1955. He then transitioned into writing for major publications, including Harper's, The Atlantic Monthly, and the New York Times Magazine, before turning his focus to books and screenwriting. Although his career included many notable achievements, Wakefield's legacy will always be intertwined with his work on James at 15, which set a precedent for more honest, socially aware portrayals of adolescence on television. The show's portrayal of the challenges faced by James Hunter, played by Lance Kerwin, resonated with audiences, but its frank depiction of teenage sexuality also drew sharp criticism and led to its early cancellation. In his later years, Wakefield relocated to Miami after suffering a stroke in the previous year, choosing to live closer to his goddaughter, Karina Corrales. He leaves behind no immediate family survivors, but is remembered for his pioneering contributions to both literature and television. Grant Page, the renowned Australian stuntman who made an indelible mark on the film industry with his daring stunts and stunt coordination, passed away on Thursday at the age of 85 following a tragic car crash. The accident occurred when Page lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a tree near his home in Kendal, New South Wales. His son, Leroy Page, confirmed the news to Daily Mail Australia, sharing that his father had been in high spirits at the time of his passing. He was very motivated and he was very happy. He passed away doing something he loved, Leroy said. A legendary figure in Australian cinema, Page's career spanned several decades and saw him contribute to over 100 films and TV series. He is perhaps best remembered for his work on the original Mad Max, or 1979, and its sequel, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, 1985, both directed by Oscar-winning filmmaker George Miller. Page's high-octane stunts in the post-apocalyptic action franchise helped define the genre and propelled Mel Gibson into stardom. Not only did he perform in these films, but he also served as the stunt coordinator, overseeing some of the most iconic and dangerous sequences in film history. Page's contributions to the Mad Max franchise extended beyond the original two films. He also worked on the upcoming prequel, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, which is set to premiere at the Cannes Film Festival in May. His involvement in this film, along with his role in George Miller's 2022 feature, 3,000 Years of Longing, highlighted his enduring influence on the action genre and his long-standing collaboration with Miller. Born in Adelaide, Australia in 1939, Grant Page embarked on his stunt career in the mid-70s, quickly making a name for himself with his fearlessness and remarkable physicality. One of his early notable projects was The Man from Hong Kong, 1975, a film starring Jimmy Wang Yu and former James Bond actor George Lazenby. The film, which was released in the U.S. under the title The Dragon Flies, became a cult classic and was later cited by director Quentin Tarantino as an influence on his own work. Throughout his career, Page performed and coordinated stunts for a variety of films, many of which have since become iconic in their own right. He appeared in dozens of projects, ranging from action thrillers to horror films and comedies, often performing death-defying stunts that pushed the boundaries of what was possible on screen. One of his most notable performances was in the 1978 mockumentary Stunt Rock, in which Page played himself as a stuntman who joins a hard rock band in Los Angeles. The film, described as Death Wish at 120 decibels, became a cult favorite and remains a testament to Page's unique persona and his ability to blend his stunt career with his passion for music. Page's life and career were celebrated in the 2008 documentary Not Quite Hollywood, The Untold Story of Ozploitation, directed by Mark Hartley. The documentary delved into the Australian new wave of the 1970s and the low-budget action and horror films of the 1980s, showcasing Page's key contributions to the movement. The film featured interviews with notable figures such as Quentin Tarantino, George Miller, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Dennis Hopper, who all spoke to Page's extraordinary career and his impact on cinema. In the documentary, filmmaker Brian Trenchard Smith described Page's skill set, saying, "He's the guy you get to dodge the cars, slide down the cliff on fire, jump into the water and fight the shark." This quote encapsulated Page's fearless approach to stunt work, which often involves some of the most perilous and jaw-dropping sequences in the industry. In addition to Not Quite Hollywood, Page's career was also chronicled in the documentary Danger Freaks, directed by Brian Trenchard Smith. The film focused specifically on Page's life as a stuntman, highlighting the sheer intensity and danger of the work he performed. Through these documentaries and other retrospectives, Page became an iconic figure in the world of stunt work, revered for his courage, creativity, and dedication to pushing the boundaries of what was possible in film. Grant Page's legacy as a stuntman is not only defined by the iconic moments he helped create, but also by his role as a mentor and an inspiration to a new generation of stunt performers. His work has influenced countless filmmakers and stunt coordinators, and his contributions to action cinema are deeply woven into the fabric of Australian and global film history. In addition to his stunt work, Page was known for his infectious enthusiasm and his love for his craft. His son Leroy shared that his father remained enthusiastic about his work until the very end. "He was still full of life and love for the craft," Leroy said, reflecting on his father's enduring passion. Despite the dangerous nature of his work, Page maintained a positive and driven attitude, something that is family. Jerry Foley, the legendary director of Late Show with David Letterman, passed away at the age of 68, leaving behind a legacy that shaped the landscape of late-night television for more than 3 decades. Foley was known for his extraordinary work behind the scenes, having directed nearly 4,000 hours of live television programming. His immense contributions to the entertainment industry were reflected in the 24 Emmy nominations he received over the span of his career. The news of his passing, which came last week, was confirmed to have resulted from a tragic ski accident. Foley's journey in the world of television began in the early 1980s, when he joined Late Night with David Letterman on NBC as a technical director. At that time, Late Night was still in its infancy, a quirky late-night talk show that would eventually launch David Letterman into television history. Foley's technical expertise was an essential part of the show's success, and he became deeply involved in the production processes that helped establish the program as a cornerstone of late-night TV. His talent for understanding the nuances of live television and his ability to make every broadcast feel polished and fresh earned him the trust of Letterman and the crew. In 1995, after serving as the technical director for several years, Foley took on the role of director for the newly established Late Show with David Letterman, when it moved from NBC to CBS. This marked a significant turning point in both his career and in the history of late-night television. Under his direction, the show flourished, becoming a dominant force in the late-night landscape for nearly 2 decades. Foley's ability to capture the energy of Letterman's unpredictable humor and sharp wit on screen was pivotal to the show's success. During his tenure as director of Late Show, Foley helmed nearly 6,000 episodes, contributing to the creation of countless memorable moments. From Letterman's iconic top 10 lists to memorable interviews with Hollywood's biggest stars, Foley was behind the camera, orchestrating the smooth execution of live broadcasts that kept viewers on the edge of their seats. His tenure on Late Show was so comprehensive that he directed almost every episode until the program's conclusion in 2015, with the exception of 1 month during the show's lengthy run. His influence was so significant that, to this day, fans of the show still look back at those years with great fondness, remembering the unforgettable late-night moments that Foley helped to craft. Foley's career was marked by his consistent excellence and commitment to the craft of television direction. Between 1994 and 2017, he earned 24 Emmy nominations, a testament to his technical mastery and creative vision. His work on Late Show alone was enough to cement his place in television history, but his contributions to the industry went far beyond the CBS show. In 2016, he received his most recent Emmy nomination for his work as the director of the NBC special, Tony Bennett Celebrates 90, The Best Is Yet to Come. The special, which celebrated the legendary jazz singer's 90th birthday, showcased Foley's versatile directing talents and his ability to capture the essence of live performances with the same precision and artistry he brought to his work with Letterman. In addition to the numerous Emmy nominations, Foley also received recognition from the Directors Guild of America, DGA. He was nominated for 9 DGA awards over the course of his career, a remarkable achievement that highlighted his standing as one of the most respected directors in the television industry. His work was not limited to the Late Show or even to late-night television. Foley worked on a variety of projects throughout his career, each of which benefited from his technical expertise and his ability to craft moments of television that felt both intimate and larger than life. From 2010 to 2015, Foley expanded his portfolio by directing and executive producing all 72 episodes of the webcast concert series, Live on Letterman. These live concert events, broadcast from the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, featured some of the biggest names in music, including Paul McCartney, Bruce Springsteen, and Lady Gaga. Foley's work on Live on Letterman demonstrated his versatility as a director, as he seamlessly transitioned between the fast-paced world of late-night talk shows and the dynamic energy of live concert broadcasts. His ability to adapt to different genres of live television was a hallmark of his career and helped keep his work fresh and innovative.